Fox Business. Opportunity, pure and simple.
So much has changed overnight. We've been flip-flopping back and forth. Same drama, different day.
Serious business news. Fox Business. The best business team. Real understanding.
By no means are we out of the woods just yet.
Fox Business. Now more than ever. The same old business news won't cut it. You need Fox Business. Opportunity, pure and simple.
Checking financial news now. The FDIC is putting pressure on Citigroup to make some changes in its boardroom. The Wall Street Journal says CEO Vikram Pagne could be bounced out. The Journal says officials reached out to former U.S. Bancorp CEO Jerry Groundhopper to see if he wanted the job. The feds, of course, own 34% of Citigroup. And the FDIC putting its program to rid the nation's banks of toxic assets on hold. The Legacy Loans program was supposed to begin with a trial sale this month. The FDIC says banks have proven they can raise private capital without cleansing their balance sheets. Therefore, the FDIC says the program could come back later on in a different form. And the FDIC is very busy today, also shutting down Silverton Bank. The troubled bank did attract interest from private equity folks, but the FDIC said it had to do what was cheapest for the insurance fund, and ultimately shutting it down was cheaper. Silverton was not a retail bank. Most of its customers were actually other banks. All right, let's go over to Charles Pagne. Take a look at the Fox 50. Charles?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alexis. Well, as you said, Citigroup, Apple, and Intel, they're all Fox 50 stocks, and they're all making news this morning. Former Barclays capital investment manager and financial analyst Uri Mann, he joins us now to break them all down. And let's talk about this Citi thing, because I don't think it's news that a lot of people want to see Vikram Pagne go. The bigger story here seems to be Sheila Bair versus Timothy Geithner, and the FDIC not only saying we want to be in this game, we actually want more power.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's going on here is the FDIC is essentially trying to get more power than the comptroller. But, you know, not since the days of Howard Stern fighting the FCC have we seen government versus the private sector. I mean, this is really turning into a soap opera. On one hand, you've got Sheila Bair, and she interrupted kind of Citigroup's ideas in the past. I don't know if you recall when Citigroup was trying to buy Wachovia. Right. And then Wells Fargo swept in there and bought Wachovia instead. And Sheila Bair backed Wells Fargo. And so, you know, there's kind of this struggle between the two.
There's definitely a power struggle going on there. Let's talk about Apple here. Okay. Big news. Obviously, tomorrow the pre comes out, but the bigger news for folks holding Apple stock is that Steve Jobs is coming back, and it always feels like Caesar returning to Rome. So much excitement. The stock is indicating open higher here. What do you think is going to happen? You know,
everybody, me included, everybody wants to know they work for the best and the brightest. And Steve Jobs, he's not just a maverick. You know, he's a hero to the people he works for and a hero to the investors. So people want to know that he's coming back. But what's interesting is over the last 5 months, since he left in January, the stock has appreciated over 68%. So the market believes that Apple can continue to be successful even without Steve Jobs there on a daily basis.
And we do have the bid-ask. It's up, indicating up almost 3 points here at the open. Having said that, and the fact that you pointed out it's already up, as an investor, if an investor came to you this morning and said, should I buy this stock, what would you tell him?
You know, I love this stock. I mean, I actually have my own iPhone. I'm a huge fan of the iPhone, and the new one is coming out, supposedly. That's what we're hearing rumors, that it's going to come out at the Worldwide Development Conference.
Let's talk about another big tech name. Intel made a rare acquisition yesterday, a company called Wind River Systems. What does that tell you, that Intel is starting to make some of these acquisitions?
You know, Intel has, obviously, they control the PC market, the server market in terms of their
But it's
chips.
sort of like a one-trick pony.
Yeah, well, what this is doing, it's giving them access to customers. I mean, who are the customers of Wind River? The customers are Apple, the customers are Sony, Panasonic, and this gives them access to those customers. So I think it's a good move.
Quickly, before I take it back to Alexis, the stock closed at $11.70. The bid is $11.50. Does that tell you there could be another bid coming for this company?
Yeah, I mean, if they're making an offer at $11.50, and already, you know, since Wednesday, you see it's traded up to $11.70, that means there's potentially somebody else, or the market thinks that somebody else is going to step in there and offer something else, you know, a higher number.
Thanks a lot, Rory. Really appreciate it. That's fantastic.
Thanks.
All right, Alexis, back over to you.
All right, Charles, thank you very much. Coming up, Chrysler is back in court today. Adam Shapiro is there live with the very latest, and we are just minutes away from the May employment number. We're going to have that for you as it happens in a full breakdown. Stay with us.